Good morning, everyone. This morning, you are going to get to see me work out a page I'm not quite sure about. I may not be able to get away with it, but I'm going to give it all I've got. So you're going to get to see my process with the materials I've already chosen. It may not be to your liking, but I'm going to try and get away with it anyway. So let's begin. I'm going to give that a few minutes to tack while I work on the others. This is not your conventional Christmas page or colors, but I'm going to try to get away with it anyway. And you guys can let me know if it was successful or not. There's my Oscar wanting me to play. He normally will sit quietly beside me while I work. I've got a crafting desk, and I will show you. It's got a side table that he lays on. And there he is. He's giving me the back because he's not happy. That's okay. So let me get you guys back into position so you can see. Okay. He's got a grouchy look on his face. So he'll just have to wait for play for a little while longer. I love these papers. These blue and gold papers are my inspiration for this. It's not your conventional holiday colors, but I'm all about breaking the mold whenever you get a chance. And this page is crooked, so I'm going to work with it the best I can. As you can see how crooked it is, sometimes it takes a lot more lining up than is normal to get it to work. Now this brown I'm using to break up some of this large swath of light and complicated papers. So I'm using it as a breakup. going to get some of my vintage papers. And see if I've got anything that I can do here. And I may not have anything that actually I've got an idea that I may or may not be able to get away with. Okay, so what that means, and I just got an idea. These are papers I've never used because they are so complicated. I am intimidated by complicated papers, so I've tried to start incorporating them in more things, even if it's just a piece of it. Because there are some things that intimidate me. So let's see. This is looking very gothic. And I'm not quite sure that I'm liking that. But I'm going to sit with it for a minute. Because that's what I've been taught to do. If you're not quite sure, just sit with it. I'm going to move this off to the side. These are the sets of papers that I'm looking at. I've got a lot of vintage. I put them all together in groupings so that I can pick and choose bits and pieces that I've already cut. And some of these may work better than what I've got there. Like this has some blues in it. And I'm gonna close the door so I can avoid some noise. So bear with me as I do that. Okay. I thought I could get away with early morning filming without noise, but sometimes things change. So thank you for your patience. Okay, so I've got some options because I'm not quite feeling that other. Let me go ahead and work with these papers and place them down and let you see. I want to put these back in the right spot. And they actually go back here. Okay, so I'm going to move this off. And move this big girl back. Okay, now this has got some blues, but it's got some neutrals to try and tone that dark. So let me remove these and see. If some of this neutral blue doesn't work out better. How I decide how to tear it is just, it's different. And I've got me a boy that's crying to get in now that I've closed that door. Okay, and that's not working for me either. So this is what this business is all about. Trial and error. Okay, so I've got that. I've also got some of this. But that makes it busy as well. So let's see what else I have. That adds more to the same kind of papers. That does look well. I do like that look. And it brings this pattern back in. And let's see, I've also got for some reason, the papers I've chosen this year are dark. So I'm not sure if I was just in a dark mood or liking the darkness. Okay. So, let's see. This is not, it's got some purple in it. It's got some gold. But to me, it's clashing, so I'm going to put that to the side. So, let's see. I'm liking this. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's like, get it in there, girl. I'm trying to keep that point from coming out. So this is going to go in to the crease, and that's okay. This is a little bit thicker. It's more of a cardboardy type of paper. And sometimes this glue, this Tombow, needs just a moment to tack. For some reason, I'm having trouble getting this back in here. I'm trying to get it not to be in the crease, but it wants to go there. So rather than tuck it in, I'm going to glue it on this crease. And glue it on the other side and let it hang. giving it some dimension. These pages are wanting to be stubborn today. Okay, let's put this guy in. This guy's trying to hide. And you know what? I am going to go ahead and tuck him in. I was looking at that going, I'm not liking that after all. So these are the things you go through. These papers are a little bit thick. They're almost like a cardboard. Okay. Here's our pearl. She's on there. Okay, now, before I put her down and decide where to put her, I've got some snowy net that I want to use. But I want to be strategic on how I use it. Because this will actually soften and blend some images. But I'm not quite sure that I want a square of it. I've got another square. That does soften that image. Decisions. And this is going to be messy. But I will let let it dry overnight because this glue will actually seep into the holes. I'll let it dry overnight and then it will be fine. These snowballs on this netting is on both sides. So you can't really turn the side over and hope not to get the snowballs. It's like they've embedded it into it. This also will have to dry overnight. Tombow tacks these elements really well and really strong, but you do have to let it dry overnight. this is a copper gel pen from Sakura. And you can find them in the craft stores. I got this one at Michael's. Okay, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, my unconventional Christmas page with unconventional colors. I hope you have enjoyed your time here. I have enjoyed doing this with you. So thank you so much for joining me and bearing with me as I worked back and forth to figure out what it was I wanted to do. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one.